A moment steeped in tradition and symbolism unfolds inside the halls of Windsor Castle. The United States President Donald Trump has been welcomed for his second official UK state visit, an honour that places him in a rare chapter of diplomatic history. Tonight, under the golden chandeliers and centuries-old stone walls, the President addressed a banquet designed not only as a dinner, but as a powerful message of respect and alliance. In his own words, Donald Trump called this event one of the highest honours of my life, framing the moment as both deeply personal and profoundly political. Donald Trump, US President. It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents. And this was the second state visit, and that's the first. And maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honours of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country. Those words set the tone for an evening of carefully orchestrated ceremony. Inside Windsor's grand banquet hall, 160 guests from the worlds of politics, diplomacy and finance gathered under vaulted ceilings. Silver cutlery gleamed under candlelight, the royal coat of arms looked down on the tables, and orchestral music filled the chamber. It was a scene that recalled the dinners once shared by Winston Churchill and President Eisenhower, echoing the weight of history. At the head table sat King Charles III and Queen Camilla, their presence a mark of continuity in a monarchy adapting to new times. Princess Catherine, seated close by, shared a small yet symbolic moment when Trump pulled back her chair, a gesture instantly scrutinized by royal watchers. Every detail of the night carried significance. Yet beyond the splendor of the banquet, the politics of this visit could not be ignored. For supporters, the state visit reaffirmed what Churchill famously called the special relationship, a bond of kinship and identity between Britain and the United States. For critics, however, the welcome was contentious. Outside the castle gates, protests echoed through London streets. Demonstrators denounced Trump as a threat to democracy, while his supporters hailed the strengthened alliance. This duality, grandeur inside the castle, dissent outside its gates, underscored the contested place Trump holds in global politics. And still, for Britain, the decision to extend a second state visit to the same US president carried immense weight. Such invitations are rare, almost unprecedented. Barack Obama was honoured with one state visit, John F. Kennedy with another. Ronald Reagan was famously close to Queen Elizabeth II, but even he did not receive the honour twice. Trump's appearance then was history in motion. His words sought to place him among those figures, yet in a way uniquely his own, dramatic, unapologetic, and deeply conscious of legacy. The banquet itself was as much a performance as a meal. State banquets are carefully scripted, with every chair placement, every toast, and every anthem sending messages beyond the dining room. When Trump raised his glass, he did so not only in gratitude, but in deliberate symbolism, a statement of respect toward Britain's monarchy and an affirmation of America's bond with its oldest ally. Behind the gilded stagecraft, however, lay the pressing realities of policy. Britain faces the economic ripples of Brexit. The United States grapples with its own global responsibilities, from NATO commitments to the crises in Ukraine and Gaza. This state banquet, dressed in velvet and lit by chandeliers, was also a stage for signalling reassurance to allies and projecting power to rivals. For Trump, calling this visit the highest honour of his life was more than flattery. It was a political calculation, an attempt to present himself not as an outsider or disruptor, but as a leader rooted in tradition and continuity. His aside, suggesting this might be the last such moment, revealed the duality of legacy, one eye on the pageantry of the present, another on the judgment of history. Beyond Windsor's walls, reactions were mixed. Crowds gathered to cheer, waving American flags, proud to see the bond celebrated so visibly. Others jeered, raising placards against his policies on immigration, climate, and human rights. This split-screen reality reflects the modern political landscape, where even royal banquets become arenas for debate. For Britain's monarchy, the decision to host Trump again was both diplomatic and delicate. By extending the honour, King Charles signalled continuity in the Anglo-American alliance. By sharing the banquet with political elites and global financiers, he underscored the monarchy's role as a bridge between tradition and politics. And so, as the night drew to a close and the orchestra's notes faded into the castle walls, Windsor returned once again to its timeless role, a stage where history, ceremony and politics converge. For Donald Trump, the evening was cast as one of life's greatest honours. For his critics, it was yet another reminder of the divides his presidency provokes. In the end, this visit may be remembered not only for its glittering banquet or its gilded speeches, but for what it symbolised: the endurance of an alliance tested by crises, challenged by protest, yet reaffirmed under the vaulted ceilings of Windsor Castle. As history records this night, one truth remains. Ceremonies fade, speeches end, but the story of the transatlantic alliance, celebrated here at Windsor, continues to shape.
It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country.